are here with a match for GosuLeague. It's a match between Copenhagen Wolves and Mousesports, with Wolves on the Radiant side and Mouse on the Dire side. Like I said, GosuLeague match, so we'll see 2 games out of these 2 teams, and in the next game they will switch it around so that the other team is Dire and Radiant and first pick and not first pick. And I just remembered that I have to still do this one because I turned it offline. Yeah, never mind. Too much information. Anyway, we're waiting for everybody to load in so we can go into this match, and I now see that we have a stand-in. That's actually Come With Me that's missing. But we have PowerNet. Everybody should know PowerNet. American player. Quite well known. And we're just waiting for 1437 to join the game, and then we will be going into the draft phase. And as you might have noticed, this match starts a lot later than it was supposed to start. It was supposed to start at 7 and it's now already 7:30. The reason for that was that Wolves was still facing a different team in a different competition. And the thing to note here is that Mouse wasn't actually in the game either until Wolves finished. So I'm expecting Mouse to have watched the game, of course, between Wolves and Quantic it was, and maybe have drawn their conclusions about what kind of tactic they go against Wolves, because they were of course able to analyze everything they did in that game. That Wolves lost, by the way, even though they tried really hard to make their tactic work, but at the end it was just throwing their heads against a wall that would not break. And yeah, we are in the draft phase. We have already 2 banouts. We have a Darkseer and a Lycan banned out, and I still have to tell you that I don't have a co-caster for this match, and also not for the next one probably. So you're gonna have to do it just me. Hopefully that is okay. And first pick is in the court of Wolves because they have the Radiant and Mouse will have the Dire, and they will have second pick for that one. As Sand King just gets banned out. It's not really a ban that you normally see that early. Quite surprising, but then again, it is one of the signature heroes of Sexy Bamboo, and I just don't want to face that one, so just banning that one out, making sure that they don't have to deal with that one. We might also see a Broodmother ban out, for example, if they wanted to do that. For Mouse, I mean, the ban outs are really standard. We have a Furion, we have a Lycan, and those are just ban outs that you do because those 2 are just heroes that you definitely don't want to face. And Wolves doesn't ban those out because they might have a chance to play with them. Wow. Sorry.
Dire team ban.
What did I skip? Oh, I skipped one of the songs. Sorry. We have a Shadow Demon ban out from Wolves. It looks like they're a bit skeptical about the combinations that you can make with that. I mean, as well, the Sand King also a bit. Leshrac Sand King, Leshrac Shadow Demon are just two combinations that you don't really want to face. And actually, Shadow Demon makes a lot of combinations really powerful. He is one of those supports that can just be put up with almost anybody to split a lane, and that will be a very strong lane. Like a Brewmaster. Wow, Broodmaster. That's not a hero, but it's just well, it's no longer in the pool. Brewmaster out as well though. And we will see what the first pickup will be. Which heroes do we still have in that we normally see banned out? We see Leshrac, a Chen indeed, just got picked up. Invoker is still in as well. Enchantress could be picked up as well, and Broodmother and Enigma as well. And yeah, Broodmother, I did mention him earlier, it's a signature hero for Sexy Bamboo, so we will probably see him play that hero, as Enigma will probably go into the jungle to counter the Chen there. And with counter, I mostly mean countering in golden experience, because Enigma is able to farm a lot faster and yeah, a lot faster than the Chen in the jungle, and he will counter Wolves that way. If they still want to pick up an Enchantress, yeah, I don't think they will actually. They might pick up a Klinx though, and because if a Klinx is able to steal the creeps of the Chen, that's actually more HP bonus and so more damage. If you follow my point, which you should be able to. But yeah, they might pick that up. Let's see if they're gonna pick that up as the 3rd pick soon, or if they're gonna wait and have the risk of having it banned out, because it is a hero that they play fairly regularly, and Wolves probably know that, and they don't want to face that. Talking about Wolves, that is their turn to pick. They could still pick up a Leshrac. if they wanted to. But also a Tidehunter is still in the pool, and a Windrunner. Securing a soul lane is always a good thing to do if you picked up a jungle hero, so that's the Windrunner. A Tidehunter, they just want the team fight, so yeah, they know that Mouse has some team fights with the Enigma and they don't want to be left behind. Tidehunter will be picked up by them. And that might indicate a bit more of their, or might reveal a bit more of their strategy, that as soon as Tidehunter is level 6, we're probably going to see a Tidehunter trying to force out team fights together with the rest of his team. And as soon as they, no, not really team fights, but more like 4-on-3, as long as they outnumber their opponents. And then if they win that, they can push in a tower with their Chen that they have at that time. Normally you see Chen combined with one of the heroes that is very strong with ganking, like a Night Stalker or like a Queen of Pain, is just able to take a kill on a lane that you're not on yourself, but you know, making that lane outnumbering in favor of you, and then Chen comes out of the forest and helps push the lane and pushes the tower straight after the gank. We see Invoker being picked up by Mouse. Some extra, well, soul lane for them as well, as they needed that. They already had one though, in the way of the Broodmother. But Invoker also able to be a soul lane. It's not really giving that much away from their strategy. I mean, okay, they will have an Invoker probably mid, they will have a Enigma probably in the jungle and a Broodmother next to that, but they still could pick up 2 heroes, and it could be basically everything. Everything, every combination that you can think of is possible for those two lineups. It probably will be a well, I did say Klinks earlier, and he is kind of more soul lane, but I'm saying it probably will be something for Black to play, some kind of carry, anti-mage perhaps, and a support to go with that, if they really wanted to. Could be. But the Darkseer was already out, so 1437 cannot play one of his signature heroes. Leshrac finally banned out. It's kind of awkward to see him going through the first picks and bans without being picked nor banned, and only being banned out in the second ban phase. But yeah, still banned out because it's still a good hero and both teams could still pick that one up.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm just thinking maybe we'll see Kunkka. I can't really predict Mouse pickups. They still have so many options that they've played before, and they're really versatile in that way that, you know, they have a lot of options. So we'll see what they are gonna do with that. Klinks is actually banned out, so it's not gonna be that one anymore. We have a lone druid banned out as well, as they were afraid to getting pushed with that, and they Mouse already has a couple of pushing heroes. Too many probably, according to Wolves. Broodmother is heavy in pushing as well as the Enigma Eidolon, should not be underestimated. We have a ban out for the Tinker, so no soul lane for that one. As for Wolves, it is quite simple. They need one more soul lane, and they need something to be actually, the soul lane could be the Tidehunter to go versus the Broodmother. But then they need a dual lane as well. But they could have also gone for a soul lane, so that's why the Tinker is being banned out. We could still see an Earthshaker. I believe in the previous game they ran an Earthshaker Windrunner lane, but they are going to go for a Lich. They're kind of expecting that hard carry pickup for Mouse, as that is, you know, if you want to have, if you know you're going to have a hard carry on the opposite team, you want to have that Lich just to be able to deny farm from them, from that carry specifically. And then we will see what they will pick up alongside that one. For Mouse, well, they're taking their time. They already had a lot of time. I mean, Wolves also used up their bonus time some, so there's probably been quite a long discussion for this pickup already, as they're going to use their bonus time for this as well, because this pick basically decides what pickup they're going to have for the last team. It's going to be a Crystal Main, so we're probably going to see either an Anti-Mage or Morphling. I do expect Anti-Mage, unless Wolves is going to pick that up instead, which they could do. Lich Anti-Mage, Lich Morphling, it could all work. At least a hard carry versus hard carry, so we might be looking at a long game. And when looking at a long game, things that could tip the scale over is, apart from the hard carries, I mean, of course, if you're going to have one hard carry that's farmed a lot more than the other, then that's quite obvious. But if they're kind of semi-even, the thing that will make the difference is the team fight. And we have a Tidehunter together with a Enigma, and a thing to note here, if it's late game, a lot of people will have BKBs. Tidehunter's Ravage will not be as useful, while the Black Hole will still catch everybody out. It's going to be an Anti-Mage for Wolves, probably partly because they don't want Black to play that one, and of course because they needed a carry for themselves. But yeah, I think that the reason that that I just mentioned earlier was is playing a large part in that, as we do see Mouse now debating which one they're going to go for next. as they probably already had the anti-mage in mind for black. It could still be a Morphling or Faceless Void as well. I mean, there's just a lot of options still left. A lot, yeah.
10
Two,
seconds
basically, if you
remaining.
want to deal with an anti-mage.
5
Unless they
seconds
radically want to
remaining.
change their tactic right now and go for more early game. Well, that's hard to do.
Reserve
If they
time.
pick up a bit more early presence hero and would be confident enough to shut down wolves early enough. But let's see. Could be Mirana, but though Black doesn't play Mirana all that much. Let's see though. I can't really predict. I'm not even gonna try to predict it. We know what they wanted, and we know why that's why they think so long about this one. They want the Antimage. That's why they picked up the Crystal Maiden. As soon as they picked up the Crystal Maiden, because the discussion wasn't about which hero they were gonna pick up as the fourth pick. It was about which combination they were gonna pick up for the last two. And they picked up the Crystal Maiden with good faith that they still would have a chance at the Anti-Mage. Maybe even a Ricky. Nah, it's gonna be Morphling anyway. Yeah, did say him, of course. I mean, it would be the logical choice. It would be the logical choice. So we'll have a Crystal Maiden, Morphling lane. Might be actually in the middle with a Invoker in the middle, probably. I'm curious what Singson will play. I mean, he can play Invoker, but we have seen him play Enigma in the jungle as well. So we'll see. It really depends on what hero PowerNet will take for himself. So we know what Sexy Bamboo and Black are playing. And we know which one 1437 is playing, Crystal Maiden. And just switch overlay so we can jump ourselves into the game soon. There we go. Even though we still wait until the heroes picked up the heroes that they're gonna play. As I will go over to the dire side
10
first.
seconds remaining.
There we go. Let's see. 1437 on the Crystal Maiden, just like expected. We see actually PowerNet on the Morphling. And it's gonna be Black playing the Invoker. So that's a bit different than expected, but that's the thing that you
Prepare
have
for
with the
battle.
stand-in. You kinda have to have well, you kinda have to give your stand-in a hero to play. A hero that he knows how to play, and that's apparently a PowerNet will be playing that Morphling for Mouse on the dire side. And we see Enigma played by SingSting indeed. Just like I said earlier, he has played that before for his team. It's not another role that he plays all that often, but he has played it before, and we know that he is capable of doing that as well. 1437 on his Crystal Maiden will be supporting not the Morphling so far. I guess he's just gonna play some wards actually, yeah. He will probably support a Morphling on the top lane. We have Invoker being played by Black. He's gonna be playing that middle lane on that one with Broodmother. Played by Sexy Bamboo on the bottom lane. No surprise there at least. For Copenhagen Wolves on the Radiant side, we have the Nino playing the Chen here.
30
It's gonna
seconds
be
to battle.
Henry Dickinson on the Lich, or just Dickinson, or Henry D, however you want to call him. He's gonna be playing that Lich for Copenhagen Wolves. Belsam will be playing that Anti-Mage. And on the top lane, we will have Calculus on his Windrunner. And on the bottom lane, last but not least, is J4 with the Dead Shark on his face. He actually has he doesn't only have the Dead Shark, he also has the thingy on his head. Oh well.
The battle
What's it called?
begins.
Octopus. Whatever. Because that's what the thingies came from. Because this is as one of on his back. Yeah, it can. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Distracted. Yes. Okay, so for lanes we see indeed a Tidehunter versus a Broodmother, not very surprising. There was the intention, and he did see the web go up, so he knows he's at the right lane. In the middle lane we see a dual lane with Anti-Mage and Lich versus a dual lane still. Yeah, Crystal Maiden staying in the middle lane versus that Invoker, with that Invoker rather. So dual lane versus dual lane, as they will try to deny as much farm as they can for the Anti-Mage, and maybe try to harass him as well, even though that will be very tricky to do so at least.
Denied.
I don't think they will have a chance at a very early kill in this lane. Same thing goes for this lane. I'm just checking. You always expect a first blood at a specific lane where you can give a bit more attention to. Middle lane is, of course, it's gonna be a bit of a chess game here, a bit of a dance. And if someone makes a mistake, then that will be result into a death. But it's mostly gonna be Chen. If he's gonna come out of the force with that, then that could be, for example, if Crystal Maiden placed herself in the wrong spot, then that could be a first blood. Same for Enigma coming out of the jungle, even though that's a bit more unlikely as of yet. For Windrunner and Morphling, both of these have escape mechanisms, so I don't expect a kill here anytime soon. As well, there's a Windwalk, there's a Weave form, and that's just it's just gonna be harassment from both sides. A couple. And this Tidehunter will have an okay time until Sexy Bamboo gets up his Soul Ring. In the meantime, Frostbite up on the anti-mage. Crystal Maiden getting harassed a lot here. Taking a lot of damage, but will be forced back, and will pop herself also, so should be fine.
Denied.
And Belson just continuing his last hits. And Black actually going for a quest first. And, well, not going for that extra. It will make his last hits a couple, a bit harder at start, especially. But it's a good thing to have. Just be able to go invisible for one very early. And, of course, yeah, the normal quest expert build. It was popular for a very long time for a good reason. This bottom lane. I mean, the bottom lane could all of a sudden die as well. Oh, hello. Crystal Maiden. Invisibility rune. Frostbite. No. It's just level 1 though still, so it only has the one Frostbite. And it doesn't seem like Wolves knew that there was something being picked up here, even though they did place Sentry Ward, just to see if there was a ward from Mousesports on that side, but there wasn't. They did counter ward here, and there was a ward there, so... Well, I guess maybe there was a ward here too, because there's no more wards up on the map, and Crystal Maiden does not have any more wards in her inventory, so I do guess that they have both of their wards being counter. Oh, Black taking a lot of damage here once again. Still has his Tango and so should be fine in theory. Crystal Maiden actually not being able to do anything with her invisibility rune, so is gonna rotate to the middle lane once again. And so far no first blood, even though the middle lane has tried, and they got close too. They were able to harass both Invoker and Crystal Maiden a lot, actually. There's a cold snap, Frostbite, this might be a first blood! Crystal Maiden taking the first blood, and that's gonna be Antimage backing off because his support is gone. So he has to back off and be careful as well, and he's out of consumables as well. The first blood made sure for Mouse to get that one. Frostbite, will this be another kill? Blink away just in time, 20 HP left. And he can't really get in close anymore. Black taking a Blast Nova and some harassment, but not able to die here, and there he gets the salve from his support. Able to stay alive. I mean, Dumb Sexy Bamboo is still doing okay. Expecting 3 into his Anchor Smash, not surprising. Able to clear off some Spider Links with that, and maybe also hit Sexy Bamboo with it, because it's a longer range than people might expect. And of course, making sure you get those last hits. Crystal Maiden actually walks all the way back to base. She doesn't want to wait too long for a mana, and this way she also gives some extra experience to the Invoker. Making sure that he stays on top of the lane. We have a blink of haste from Lich. There's a Nova, but Anti-Mage being too slow to follow suit. And Invoker is not gonna go down here. Probably much to the sadness of the Lich here. And this lane is just very tricky to keep track of because you just see them on top of each other all the time. Invoker still only has quest, by the way, but it does give him that extra HP regen as well, so might be understandable. Crystal Maiden is walking back now. I mean, as a support, you don't really have to buy TPs and stuff. I mean, if you leave, the only thing you miss is some experience, and of course, experience is important. But if you leave, you also give experience to the rest of your team. Hello, Sentry Wards on Chen. And that's Broodmother running away because he knew that there was something fishy going on here, and there's a tree stack. Nice. We'll probably see them being cleared off soon again. Because they don't have a ward there. Mouse does not have a ward in this jungle. And Sexy Boo probably wants to have some vision, just out of risk of being ganked otherwise. But we will notice soon enough. Invoker and Crystal Maiden still making life hard in this middle lane for the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage was 26 for 7, versus the Invoker who was 8 for 7. So Anti-Mage definitely getting a lot of last hits. Not able to get any kills in, but that's not the most important thing right now. Most important thing for him is just farm, and he is farming very good for a dual lane. And Lich, of course, making sure that the lane gets well, I won't say pushed because it's not really pushed, but gets still into the direction of the Tower of the Radiant. Want to say it again. So she's just gonna continue denying close to the tower. Nice one. So the nice Sexy Bamboo. If those Sexy Bamboo does have his Soul Ring up now. Enigma leaving his jungle for a second. Gonna check the rune for the 6-minute rune, which is spawning on the bottom lane and will be denied by the Skeleton Warrior from the Chen. Nice job there. He wasn't able to pick it up himself and didn't want to risk. Having it himself. Whoa! Ravage was used, and there goes Sexy Bamboo going down with the Ravage use. That was just. I mean, it was the same dance over and over again, and you know they looked fine for a long time. But as soon as Syndra decides, okay, now it's time to kill, he gets the kill as well. In the meantime, 3 versus 3 in the mid lane. Cold snap up on this, up on the end. Mage, nice shackle. Power shot going through. Shackle is only level 1 though, so it's not very long that they stay shackled. It's gonna be the cue for Windrunner to move back probably. She's gonna leave the last hit of that creep for the anti-mage, which indeed gets it. No kills, just harassment so far. I mean, Windrunner leaving the lane does give extra farm to Morphling. I mean, I just said that anti-mage getting nice farm. You know, nice. 45, anti-mage is now 31 for 13, but then we see Morphling 45 for 20. That's a massive difference. That's a massive difference. Windrunner is not able to deny all that much. She is 23 to 2, so she's getting some last hits for herself as well. Oh. Sentry ward being placed. Do they want to go for it? Net is there. There's the gush. It's not going to be in time. No, another net there. Is it going to be enough damage? Nah, it's not. It's not going to be enough damage, and Sexy Bamboo will be able to be out of there. Also, still had stick charges just in case. So, Lich moving here was not worth it either. And Lich moving there actually made Windrunner stay in the mid lane a bit more. It is very dangerous to do though, because you have to have a lot of faith in your own anti-mage to let a Morphling free farm. I mean, that is just something that you'd rather not do, because it's still a Morphling. Even though you have an anti-mage, it's not a free pass to late game, especially not if you're versus a hero that is just farming well harder than you, even though they might not realize it that much, but it's just not. I don't know. We will see if it's a clever thing to do. We have Morphling taking a pause. Let's see why, if he's gonna say that or not. And we will be going soon. Actually, in the meantime, the gold graph is very even. It's slightly in favor. Well, actually, it's probably just below, just around 0, and that's just because both teams have a carry that's farming hard. Even though, of course, Morphling is farming a lot harder than the anti-mage, but then again, that's being pulled straight. I mean, if we look at this, the farm isn't really all that different. Tidehunter is 56 for 18, 56, actually farming harder than the Morphling, most farmed hero on the map, and also, of course, got a kill for that as well. And that's just well, that's a farming Tidehunter. Only gonna go for his Blink Dagger fairly soon.
Regeneration.
Actually, picked up a Ring of Health. Might actually be going for a Vanguard. We do see a Vanguard, a Tidehunter, sometimes. Nice shackle. There's Anti-Mage blinking in. Power shot will go through soon as well, but there's the invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's one of the perks of going Quaswax. And it's gonna be 3 versus 3 soon again, as if Sing Sing comes out of the jungle. He has a black hole, so might just want to use that. Also picked up his address, going for that mechanism, so as standard support build sort of. Ward being placed here. They saw that though. Wonder if they actually noticed it. Of course, they could have seen it, but if they noticed it, it's a whole different thing, of course. And then Nino still farming in the jungle. So far, it's been a really passive game for both teams, and that's purely because they both feel like they're not in a rush. They both feel like, okay, you know, we have anti-mage slash Morphling, we can take this slow. We don't need to rush kills. We don't need to rush team fights yet. We can do whatever we want. Oh. Sing Sing come out of the jungle for that too. Malefice on Calculus. Calculus trying to land a shackle. Is not going to do it though. Still dies to the Morphling. Morphling getting his first kill of the game. And we're probably going to see a lot more with that farm of his ramping up. As Chen gets harassed by some spirelings, it will move out of the jungle from harassed out of there by Sexy Bamboo on his Broodmother, who is not able to get as much farm as he was hoping to. He's 28 for 1, he's not doing bad. I mean, as Broodmother you'll still be able to get farm, but you're not really pushing out the lane, which is something that you want to be doing. Meantime, tower gets pushed on the top lane. Might go down actually, even though Lich comes here to try to deny it, or well, probably deny it if he can. TP in, Tidehunter, and it will be denied. He has a Ravage, he wants to use it. We'll get both of them as well. Well, actually, Morphling was in a reform, so didn't get the Ravage up on him, so he lives, but still Enigma going down with the power shot of the Windrunner. Nice movement there by PowerNet making sure that the Ravage was just no good. Denied for the tower on the top lane. Not surprising, as we did see he was very close to going down the tower. That is, and Mage picking up a ring of health as well. Has a Poorman shield. Gonna go for his Battle Fury probably, because that's one of the luxuries as an anti-mage for farming versus a team that has also a hard carry for late game. You're kind of expecting to be getting that time to get your farm up with that Battle Fury, so that you don't need to rush anything. You can just really take your time, like I said earlier as well. Oh, Calculus. Gonna get harassed, but we'll be fine for now. Cold Snap. Frostbite, and Mage taking a lot of harassment. He won't die though, he will be able to blink away. Nova Blast on the Crystal Main. Blast Nova. Ice Nova? Frost Blast. Never. Tyrant picking up a Hood. So no Vanguard for him. Did it say? I mean, that there's some ties that go for Vanguard, so it wouldn't have been that surprising if he did that. But it's a bit more common to be going for a Hood. Just a bit though. 1k in favor of the Dire right now, and I am gonna say that's mostly in this guy here. It's mostly in this guy here. His power threats, has a Wraith Band, and will be brought his Ghost Scepter, so we'll be going for that shotgun morph. Lich ultimate in the mid lane. Crystal Main running away with only 250 HP left. Is it gonna be enough to survive this? I don't think so. One more right click will do the job, but there's nobody to do that job. She will be getting away, just like Lich will be able to stay alive. Power shot going through the shackle that was done on the Invoker, and Morphling who rotated to the top lane, bottom lane, middle lane rather. Lich taking a lot of damage, will go down before he gets sent home by the Nino. Morphling taking a second kill again. Tornado gonna spin Chen up the air. Will this be the third kill for Power Net they wanted? Malefice is on there, and there goes Invoker taking the kill for that one, as did 3 kills in his middle lane. 2 kills on his middle lane. Oh, actually 3, because Anti-Mage died as well. For 0 in favor of Mouse. Crystal Main getting away with there. I was not expecting that. Even a hit from one of the creeps from Chen would have finished it. It's quite surprising. Of course, the fight would have probably been a lot different if Tide TP to the middle lane and throw out a Ravage. That would have probably turned it around. We must not underestimate the power of the Tide. And a team fight like that, I mean, it was a team fight, yes. It makes a difference. It gives some nice extra gold, but they didn't really get anything in return for it. No towers or anything like that. No extra map control. And it's only 3 kills, so everything could still happen. It's just the most important thing from that fight was that Morphling got a kill. And an assist as well, of course. He now has 1100 gold again, and he, well, like you saw, his Ghost Scepter. And with that Ghost Scepter, I mean, as soon as he has his Ethereal Blade, he's probably gonna look to be a bit more present in the team fights. And for Anti-Mage, I mean, the one who he's competing against, kinda, that's just very different. He needs some bit more farm to be able to mingle in those team fights. He just needs, as soon as he got his Battle Fury up, he just needs that farm. And he is still farming, of course. No surprise there. But that might be the difference that Mouse wants to do. They might want to just, well, go for a bit more mid game rather than late game. Let's see if they're going to be able to do that though, because there's still a Tidehunter on the opposite side that is going to be able to turn every forced team fight around if indeed Mouse is forcing a team fight up on Wolves. TP in from Invoker. They want to defend this tier 1 tower. Anti-Mage actually here as well. Actually, this is 5 heroes of Wolves right here. 5 versus 3, this would be if there was gonna be a team fight. Tornado, EMP, burning away some mana for the Tide. Actually, no, he's staying out of range. That's the thing you wanna do though. I mean, you wanna have that Tide with almost no mana, because otherwise that Ravage is just a threatening thing to happen right around the corner. And they can't really go in this way either. I mean, if Tide starts running towards them, they'll probably run away because they know what's coming. Gosh. There they go, running away, they know what's coming. And there goes the tower. Towers are now even at the same time though. Tower on a tier 2 tower on the top lane is gonna drop as well. Not a very good trade, unless Wolf is gonna get this tower as well, but we might have some TPs in soon. As the Tidehunter still looking for a Ravage, still doesn't get hit by the EMP thrown out by Black. And everybody backing off again, don't want to risk it. And losing that tier 2 tower and knowing that everybody of Mouse could be back there fairly soon. Oh, Chen might be in some trouble here. Will there be a cold snap? No, doesn't have that yet. It could be though. There's a cold snap. There it is indeed. And that's gonna probably be the end of the Chen. Even though Antimate's gonna be there. Nope, there he goes. Broodmother taking the last hit with his spawn firelings, and Tylander TPing in there. It's gonna be too late to do anything about that, as the mechanism is complete for Enigma. So we will probably see, well, soon as Morphling gets his farm up, we will see them trying to be a bit more aggressive. With that mechanism up, with that Ethereal Blade almost up, they are gonna have a slight advantage if they manage to catch out the tide, because that's just one big factor that they have to worry about, and they do have to worry about that because he has a lot of farm. He's got a pipe up for himself. His gold per minute is probably, yes, it is 360. It's the highest up on the Radiant side. It's just insane. Not higher than the Morphling though. Morphling on 450, and that is the highest in the entire game. And that's that's a massive difference, of course, especially if you compare it to the Anti-Mage who has 250 only. Some blinking from the Broodmother. Tidehunter, can he do that by himself? I'm not sure, I don't think so. But at least his presence forces Sexy Bamboo away. The tower still stands. Malefice up on the Windrunner, throwing out the power shot. Cold snap. There he goes, Morphling killing him off, and Lich ultimate still bouncing around, but he still goes down, and Nick actually taking the last hit. Ravage wants to be popped by the Tidehunter, but he can't. He's in a black hole. He's still gonna do it right after, though. He could do it now if he really wants to, but everybody of Mouse already went away. It's only Morphling that's there, and he knows he can't kill him, so that is no kill for Wolves, as there was no Ravage, and that would have been... That was just a great black hole. Even though you might think, okay, he only got the Tide, and they didn't even kill the Tide. That black hole basically saved their lives, making sure that there wasn't a Ravage, making sure that that fight that they were taking, at least they killed off the Windrunner, they killed off the Lich. Making sure that nothing else was being done, making sure that Mouse could back off in safety. And that succeeded. That succeeded indeed. Much to the frustration of S4 probably. Because as a Tidehunter, that's kind of why you live. You want to throw out those Ravages. You want to have those team fights. Wow, I just noticed that his fish is dead. Wow. It's already also an item. Never mind, 3,200 gold up under Broodmother. Wonder what she's gonna go for, if it's gonna be a BKB just to be able to stay alive through those Ravages. And of course to not get hit by that Anchor Smash, because that's just an annoying thing to do as well, having your damage reduced. And Broodmother is a hero that relies a lot on her physical strength, on her physical damage, so BKB is definitely a good item choice here to go for. And as I said, if a lot of heroes have got that BKB up, there's gonna be no way that the Ravage is gonna be as powerful as it otherwise was. If the BKBs are up in time, of course, that's a very thing to do. Whoa, Crystal Maiden going down so fast! Morphling's Ethereal Blade is done though, killing off the Windrunner with that. And he did that from the back, in case you were wondering. Ethereal Blade is done, and that's gonna be almost a one-shot up on that Windrunner. Windrunner who's level 9 versus a Morphling who's level 14. 5 level difference, as we see the experience graph spiking heavily towards Mouse. No surprise, not only kills, but also we have seen a bit more roaming from Wolves, a bit more lane swapping, so that case, experience will be more going towards favor of Mouse. And of course, Sing Sing in the jungle makes a big difference there too, because he gets experience from the creeps that Chen doesn't, because Chen of course takes the creeps rather than killing them. Sexy Bamboo, 3,500 gold up on him, as he lets the Anti-Mage farm a bit to push the lane out, so he can go back to farming as soon as the lane is pushed out. 3 Mouse on his middle lane. They want to go for this tier 1 tower. Last tier 1 tower up on the Radiant side. I'm very surprising they want it down. It's a very crucial tower. It's one of those towers that you can just teleport to. Whoa, what? Thanks. I don't know why he said things.
Middle tower has fallen.
Oh well, middle tower went down, as we have Chen taking down the Enigma actually. Morphling wants to go for more, and he gets Lich. Ethereal Blade used once again, and he's out of mana, but we'll get some more, and the pipe from the Radiant side did not do anything there. It might help them stay alive a bit longer, but not long enough, that's for sure. A tier 1 tower dropped, 2 for 1 trade in this middle lane. Actually 1 for 1 trade rather. But with the tower there, I mean, Enigma for a Lich, probably the hero trade on itself was a bit in favor towards Mouse, but the fact that the tower went down as well as Morphling was the one to get the kills just massively. I mean, Morphling has not died yet. Together with the Invoker and the Tidehunter, actually, they're the only 3 that hasn't died yet. I mean, we only seen 14 kills so far in the game with Mouse, where usually there's a lot more kills going on. I mean, that's quite unusual. And to make 2,900 gold. I'm still expecting him to go for a Battle Fury, but I'm not sure why he doesn't buy anything else up. But we will see. Aegis up on Morphling, just not like he, you know, he was so close to dying before, but at least now they will have to kill him twice if they want to take care of him. And Broodmother indeed finishing up his BKB. Just a very, very good item to have on a Broodmother. And if he does get ganked, he'll be able to BKB and TP out of there if he has the mana, which at the moment he doesn't. There's support though. Everybody of Mouse on the way to the bottom lane, and there's Morphling Ethereal Blade already lit going down. EMP Tornado going down, Hand of God going through Shackle, actually ledges Morphling to a 3 power shot, but doesn't matter. He has an Aegis Tidehunter going down to the Invoker in the meantime, as Morphling will be back up again shortly. The good thing that he picked up the Aegis power shot going through, just some harassment though, trying to stop this pushing from happening, but it's not gonna happen. As Windrunner did complete her 4 staff, so we'll have some extra mobility to land even better power shots than she already has. And Mouse actually seems ready to push in. Well, Entomage is not done farming yet. That's the thing though. That's the thing that I said. With the Morphling, he was able to farm a lot more than the Entomage, so making Mouse ready to fight way earlier than Wolves was. And there's not a lot that Wolves can do against it. I mean, they don't have the Ravage. That's basically what their strategy is now built upon, to take the team fights and, you know, force the team fights and take the advantage that way. And they have not been able to do that all that much. There's been a nice shutdown coming off from Mouse, making sure that didn't happen. They just want to go for the barracks, knowing that Antimates can't really do anything for them yet. Oh, there's the Ravage though. BKB up on the Broodmother, and he was the only one left there. Tidehunter taking him out of his, pops his pipe up. Lich Ultimate flying through. Black Hole, guys, just 2 heroes of Wolves. Is there gonna be enough damage? There's gonna be enough damage on the Antimage, that's for sure. Broodmother taking the kill for that one. Tidehunter going down as well. Buyback from the Tide. He wants to get some kill as Morphling is able to TP to his illusion if he wants to. He's getting harassed a lot though. He will go down here. Will he? No, he won't. Morphing into strength. Tidehunter still wants him. Dust going up once again. Wants to go for Broodmother here, but he is forced back. Barracks did go down. Lich in a lot of trouble. And it looks like Mouse has had enough and might go back, or well, unless they want to get the mid-range barracks first, which they will be able to get very fast. And now they might back off, as Tidehunter can't do anything anymore either. He won't chase them down because it's just no use. And that's the thing that I said, Mouse just being ready for those fights. And of course the Ravage was there, but the Ravage was a bit premature. It only hit on the Broodmother, I believe, and he had his BKB up, so he wasn't affected. And that was just impatience, as they need to have that perfect team fight set up. They need to catch more than just one. Obviously indeed. Wow. So what do you notice from this picture? This is a support hero. We are 23 minutes in the game. I hope this is a bug. No? Let's see if it's bugged though. No, I can see items from other players. So okay, Lich does not have any items. Not even boots. And no wonder that he's gonna go down. BKB up for the Morphling. I can't believe that Lich doesn't have any items. I'm just completely thrown off by that. Power Knight will be able to morph to his illusion once again. Still hasn't died, by the way. Shackle doesn't latch, and there he goes. Illusion, and there he goes in the middle lane where the tower is being pressured, and nobody there to defend it, and Mouse taking that tower. And actually want to go for more. They have got the mana, they have got the mechanism. Well, actually, Crystal Main doesn't really have the mana, but it has mana boots, so should have mana again too. Crystal Main actually having 2300 gold. Oh, what's the courier doing? Oh, it's just trolling. It's a dire courier though. Yeah, sorry. Distracted for a moment. Yeah, sorry. I'm still in my head like, okay, why does it literally doesn't have anything? I mean, at least boots, no? Tower getting pressured, and like I said earlier, there's nothing they can do without the Antimage. Without the Antimage being farmed, because even if the Antimage was here at this time, which he's not because he was farming on the top lane. Pause. But even if the Anti-Mage was here, he could not do anything because he's just not farmed enough. And there's two heroes very farmed up on the Radiant side. I mean, not just the Morphling, who is very farmed, but also the Broodmother. 108 last hits. Enigma actually pretty farmed as well. What does he have? He has got a Blink Dagger and a Mechanism and a Soul Ring Bracelet boost. Yeah, and 1200 gold as well. He's doing very good. If we just take a look at the gold per minute for a second, that will tell us more. I mean, apart from, of course, being now 7 towers in favor. 6 towers in favor. 6 towers in favor. Apart from being 6 towers in favor, which is a massive difference in gold per minute as well, of course. But just take a look. We have Morphling at almost 600 gold per minute, while 565 gold per minute. The highest up on the Radiant side is 324 up on the Anti-Mage. And now it actually is the Anti-Mage, no longer the Tidehunter, even though Tidehunter is very close by. But at least it's now the Anti-Mage, and that's something that's really good. I'm just checking the levels also. I mean, Anti-Mage and Tidehunter highest level, level 12, level 14. But on the dire side, we have a level 17 Morphling, and that's just that's a major difference. Experience graph should then be very much in favor of Mouse. No surprise there. As a gold graph also 14k in favor of Mouse right now, and that should not come as a surprise. And that is also because we know that the gold graph is in favor of Mouse. I'm showing it a lot less purely because you know it should not come as a surprise. For Wolves, this is by the way not over yet. They could definitely still take this. They have a Tidehunter and an Anti-Mage. The only thing they have to do, it's not an easy thing to do, but they can do it. Get up the team fight. Make sure you take a team fight 5 versus 3 preferably, and have your buy enough time with defending your base until Anti-Mage is farmed up. Ethereal Blade and Anti-Mage blinking away. Stick charges will keep him alive. Those stick charges just now, you saw how he doesn't have that much HP. He can't really take that much. That's why he can't really be in team fight yet. He's underfarmed, and the massive difference in that is his HP. He has 1k HP, which is of course okay-ish, but he doesn't really have like a Vanguard that you sometimes see, or you know, he needs some HP to stay alive in those fights because there's a lot of damage coming out from us, a lot of physical damage as well. So. It's, well, of course, partial magical damage from the Morphling. It's a combination of both. Morphling actually picking up an ultimate orb is probably gonna go for an Eye of Skadi, actually. I mean, normally I would say a Lincoln Sphere, but in this game, Eye of Skadi would seem more likely. As it looks like they're gathering up again this middle lane. Ready to push in. Idol also there. Firelings there. Shackle does let Sexy Bamboo to black, though. Power Stuff will go through, but doesn't really do that much. Tornado, EMP. We're staffing away from that one. And that tower just being pressured. They just want to continue with the tower. Sexy Bamboo doesn't mind if there's a Tidehunter there. Tidehunter who has a Ravage up, but there needs to be damage put through. If there's gonna be a Ravage, there needs to be some kind of follow-up, and right now they don't have it. Meantime, PowerNet. There's one Mendota here. One Mendota right there. He just wants to get to that different lane. Sexy Bamboo popping his BKB. It looks actually taking a lot of damage. Popped his Unsatiable Hunger. Tower still goes down, but he needs to attack someone to get his HP back. Oh, there he goes. Shackle does latch them together again. Power Shot actually misses. There goes Tian taking a last hit. Ravage there. Black Hole cast. It catches 3 of Wolf. Gets interrupted though. Hand of God going through as well. Sing Sing being very low on HP. Will try to get away from S4. We'll see if he succeeds later. Yes, he does. Malefit up on the Tidehunter. Still alive. Morphling in the meantime. Killing off Lich. Not surprising. Killing off the Tide. Getting a double kill for that one. And that's 2 kills. And nobody down on Mouse's side, as they will be able to take the barracks quite safely. And I just no. Lich got boots. Lich got boots. Cold the newspaper. Cold snap. Up on the Anti-Mage. Frostbite there as well. Triple kill for the Morphling as he killed out the Windrunner. Oh, manners, PowerNet. And that's friendly though, because Calculus did say that earlier as well. And there's a GG well played coming out from Calculus. Well, that's gonna be game 1. A very convincing game. I mean, you'd think you have an Anti-Mage versus a Morphling, but this really wasn't an Anti-Mage versus Morphling. This is more like early game versus late game, or early game 1. Anti-Mage not able to get his farm up in time, as I maybe think that they should have switched lanes earlier to remove Anti-Mage from that middle lane. Maybe if he was having trouble getting those last hit. Ooh, Broodmother still goes down. And the GG was called, but nobody disconnecting yet. PowerNet getting shackled. Will this be the first time he dies? Yes, it is. Anti-Mage taking the kill. Yes, it is. Gush going off on Enigma. This is a comeback. This is definitely a comeback. Power shot misses, but blink away from Enigma does not miss, and he's out of there. 3600 gold up on the Invoker. I'm just gonna check. I feel like I missed some items. Morphling picked up his Manta style. Should not come as a surprise. Brood Mother finished up his Yasha. Leaf got boots. Power Net pops his BKB in a lot of trouble. 3 versus 1. Crystal Maiden will try to help out there, but she's just a Crystal Maiden. What can a Crystal Maiden do? Can she save Power Net? He's morphing into strength and he will be able to be saved probably as Cold Snap goes up on the side does not have a Ravage yet. Cold Snap up on, Frostbite up on the Animate goes down. And there goes Chen as the first one disconnecting from the game. Power Shot, Invoker will probably go down here. One more right click, pops himself in a Yule Scepter, so won't go down. And actually it's Calculus that will probably go down first here. Enigma taking the last hit. Next lobby, same password, 2 minutes. Okay, that's fine. Still have to see the end screen though. Ravage! Is he gonna be able to do more though? Getting a Cold Snap, getting a Malefice, goes down. Flying over 3 times. You picked up a 4 staff by the way.
Radiant's Ancient, dire victory.
And there we go. There we go. And yeah, like I said, this was a match for GosuLeague. We're gonna see a second game between these two teams, Wolves versus Mouse, as we will jump ourselves in the second game shortly. My name is Sheever. I am a GosuGamers caster. Go check out GosuGamers.net for your esports information, not just Dota 2, but also a lot of other games if you're interested in those. You can find more information about me on my website SheeverGaming.com, and I just see Lich 99 deaths. It's quite sad. That's why he only had boots at 23 minutes in, 25 minutes in. Yes. Oh well. Let's see if Wolves can do better in the next game, as we will jump ourselves into that one. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.